How's it going, Nick? I just had an interview and I think it went well. Then why do you look stressed? Well, what if they don't select me? Let me tell you something, son. If they select you or not is not in your control. The only thing that was in your control is how you performed at the interview. So free yourself. That makes sense. Why would I worry about something that's not in my control? Wow, where'd you learn that? Son, let me tell you about Stoicism. So, Stoicism was a philosophy developed 2000 years ago, and it was developed to teach people how to act during times of chaos. It's not just a philosophy, it's a manual for life. In my today's speech, I'll be talking about what Stoicism is, how it got started, the three prominent figures in Stoicism, and two powerful philosophies in Stoicism. So let's go back to 320 BC. Zeno was a powerful tradesman in Greece. And not just powerful, he was one of the richest men during his time. But fate had other plans. Zeno suffers a shipwreck. He loses all of his wealth. Heartbroken, thinking his life was over, thinking he had amassed so much wealth, and suddenly it's gone. One day, Zeno was walking down the streets of Athens and he stumbles upon a library and he finds a book that caught his eye. This book was by a man named Socrates. Reading that book, he becomes so fascinated that he decides to quit being a businessman and become a philosopher instead. Zeno devotes his life to philosophy, and for the next 20 years, he spends his time learning about philosophy, developing his own philosophy, and teaching people about philosophy. And he develops a school called Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches men how to act during times of chaos. Built upon this foundation by Zeno, over the next 300 years, Romans used this philosophy to change the face of Western civilization. And three of the most prominent figures were, number one, Seneca, who used Stoicism to change the political discourse in Greece. Number two, Epictetus, a man who was a slave, who became free and turned to Stoicism and spent his life teaching about Stoicism, and he is considered one of the most powerful teachers of Stoicism. And number three, Marcus Aurelius, considered the greatest Roman emperor, whose greatness was solely dependent on Stoicism. I would like to talk about two powerful ideas in Stoicism, the first one being the dichotomy of control. So the Stoics believe that we should divide every action into two parts: the things that we can control and the things that we can't control. Your ideas, your thoughts, how you act, how you react are the things that you can control. How other people act, the weather, the political discourse are things that you can't control. And the Stoics believe you should only and only focus on the things that you can control. Take, for example, if you are in a relationship with somebody and they do you wrong. According to the Stoics, you can either spend your whole life thinking about why did that happen to me? Why did they do that? Or you could be a Stoic about it and realize that you don't control other people. You don't control how they act. The only thing you can control is how you think and how you act. The second powerful idea in Stoicism is called memento mori, which is Latin for remember, you will die. And let that determine what you think, say, and do. Every 20-year-old thinks that they're immortal. They'll never die. They'll never get old. They have all this time in the world. And in a blip of a second, they turn 50 and they realize time was never on their side. Stoics believe death is not a single event. It's not that one day you die. They believe that death is something that's happening to you every single second, every single minute, every single hour. The last 5 minutes I spent talking about Stoicism is 5 minutes of death for me, because I'll never get that time back. Stoicism might seem like a 2,000-year-old idea developed by the Greeks, but it's as applicable today as it was 2,000 years ago. It was developed to teach men how to act during times of chaos. And let me tell you something. The modern world is chaotic. It's very chaotic. But the good thing is, with the advent of internet, social media, there's so much awareness about Stoicism that everybody can learn about Stoicism. And you don't need Epictetus or Seneca to teach you about Stoicism. Believe it or not, I did research about the speech using internet. I would like to end my speech by saying a quote from Marcus Aurelius, the greatest Roman emperor who used Stoicism. It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil.